Start off with the Pledge of Allegiance, led by Gina.
Okay.
You can lead us, Gina.
I don't have a flag, but okay.
I have a flag. Hold on.
Awesome.
Can you guys see it?
Ready,
wonderful.
begin. I pledge
pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic
for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with
liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Gina.
You're welcome.
Did you ladies get a chance to look over the, I'm sorry, there are no individuals here to address the personnel. So we'll move on to the approval of the minutes. Did you ladies get a chance to look at the minutes?
Yes, I did.
I'm trying, oh, there it is. I'm trying to bring them up again.
Did you see any noticeable corrections that needed to be made?
No, not me.
No.
I didn't either. It was
I
very,
don't know if I asked this question now, Juris, but with the individual Marlo Teeth, Antonio Teeth that made, she addressed us last month. Has any decision been made on that?
So that will be on, Hannah, do you want to say about anything about the board? You go ahead.
Sure. And we spoke about it last time, and I have talked to Marlo. The board is going to be asked to take action on tomorrow
Okay.
to move her position from the 10 to 12 months. And so Marlo was very happy with that. And then our other library techs are going to be moving from 10 to 11 months. So she goes, Marlo will go 10 to 12 because she's a different classification.
Yeah,
And then they're going to go 10 to 11.
that's awesome. Okay, great. Thank you. Great news.
I can get someone to make a motion, please, to approve the minutes.
I move we approve the minutes for December 15th.
Second,
Okay, it's been moved it's been moved by Ann and seconded by Gina to approve the minutes of our meeting for December 15th, 2020. Thank you, ladies. Moving on to the eligibility list. Can I get a motion to,
let me see.
I'm sorry, I didn't approve. Sorry. Let's back up. Sorry, my mind is like totally like everywhere right now. I have 3 other meetings that I have to be at too.
I just finished a long one a little while ago, so.
Oh, okay. All in favor of approving the minutes?
Aye.
Aye. Aye.
Are there any other questions besides Gina's question? Okay, then minutes have been approved. So we'll move on to the eligibility list. Can I get a motion to approve the eligibility list?
I move that we approve the eligibility list for.
Second,
It's been moved by Ann and seconded by Gina to approve the eligibility list for ELD instructional coordinator. Are there any discussions or comments or questions on this one, ladies?
I have a question. Is this a new position or is this a new hiree for this position?
So this person is hired into an existing position that was held by Christy.
Oh, yes.
Yes,
Mhm.
so Christy replaced another gal that retired. And so Christy's position was left open. And so this is John filling that position.
Oh, okay. So where did Christy go?
Christy got her FTE increased. So she's going to be at the high school.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
She'll be at the high school. Okay.
Oh, okay, Christy Jackson.
Yes, Christy Jackson, or her last name is Sexton now.
Right.
Oh, right.
Okay.
Anything else?
No, thank you.
All in favor of approving, say aye.
Aye.
Anyone oppose? The motion is carried. Can I get a motion to receive that we've received the personnel order number 2021-10?
So moved.
But there's nothing to report on that. So we still approve it?
Obviously.
Yes, we
Yeah.
did not have anything even for the board to approve. There's no consent last December.
Okay,
So do we need to approve that there was no report, Juris?
Yes,
Still?
yes.
Right, yeah.
okay,
We have to indicate that we've seen that there's no.
Yeah, Gina, are you gonna second?
yes, I second.
Okay, so it's been moved and seconded that we have received the personnel order number 2021-10, and there is no report. Thank you, ladies. And all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed?
No.
And motion is carried. On to business matters. Is that for you, Juris?
Yes, this is for me. Okay, I'm going to give you ladies a background on this one. This is the recommendation for this is to change for a title change of secretary job classification to department office manager. So this recommendation is based on the need to establish a consistent classification framework by providing titling consistency amongst the secretarial / clerical job family. So last year we had retitled the site lead secretary and senior site secretary from that title to site office manager and senior site office manager. However, we left off the secretary. So just to make it consistent, we are also requesting a change of title from secretary to office manager. It's department. This time it's department office manager. So they have like a specific, because we already have site office managers. And there's no further changes to the job description, just the title.
Just title.
Just title, straight out title, just to make it consistent.
Okay.
Mhm.
Juris, was this missed during the classification study or?
Yes,
Do-
I have to say yes.
Okay.
Yes, and so then we have two current incumbents, Ms. Pam Annis at the DDSLC and Judith Lopez, and I have communicated with them, and actually one of them actually asked the questions regarding why their title was not changed.
Mhm.
And it's clear, we did change the other secretaries, so it's just, it warrants a change to office manager.
Okay. So we need to approve this one,
Yes.
right? Okay,
Yes. Mhm.
so can I get a motion?
I move we accept the job specification revision, changing title from secretary job classification to department office manager.
I second.
It's been moved and seconded to to approve the job specification revision to change for the title change only from secretary,
Yeah. You got it.
change in title to the secretary job classification to department office manager
Yes.
without changing the job description.
Perfect.
Okay, all in favor, say aye.
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 Anyone oppose?
No.
Okay, the motion is carried.
Okay.
Great.
All right. Director's report. Happy New Year, everyone.
And Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you
Happy
too,
to
Doris
see
and
you.
everybody.
I hope you had a really nice and restful holiday. It's good to see everyone back. I only have a few things to report, so it's going to be short. This meeting's going to be short. We'll start with, the closure of our campus and offices continues due to the surge of COVID cases, as you all know. Staff has limited access to sites in district office. We use a sign-in system that allows us to go in on an appointment basis, which is working out really well for us. It ensures our safety. So we can't go in there in the office at the same time with other employees. It's by appointment only. And so we're still continuing to work from home. I know our M&O and grounds and custodial staff, they work on a modified schedule during closures. Hannah, do you want to add anything to the closures? I'm not sure what if
Yeah, the closures change all the time, but
Yeah.
it was interesting with the governor releasing the safer at home order yesterday. Even though it really affects LA County in a very different way, since our numbers are still high, they're definitely showing that they're coming down. We hope. I will just tell you, every time we open our campuses up a little bit more to give people more access, we see an increase in cases. And so, it's something that we want to be very mindful of. And I will talk about both our CSEA union leaderships have begged us. They said, please, we appreciate you keeping them closed, because the more people that come on that campus for our custodians, our food service workers, the people that need to be there, they're at risk as we let more people on. So we're trying to be very, very cautious and yet still give everybody the access they need to keep us afloat. So
My
it's very,
daughter
very
teaches
difficult.
in Ohio, and they have been in and out. This is the third time they're back on campus.
Mm.
And every time they're back on campus for a week or a week and a half, the numbers surge
Yeah.
and they have to go out. And it's much harder for people to go in and out and in and out and in again. It is just to stay out.
Agreed. And
They're doing it primarily because of sports.
right. And then that's a big topic, and lots of things are coming up with sports and, all the fun stuff that our kids desperately need. We all understand that. I mean, that's just
Except that
definitely
it's
our
just
focus.
not safe.
Mhm.
Their board is not very supportive. They got criticized. The teachers were criticized for not teaching enough. So they had to teach from the campus so that everybody made sure they were actually teaching.
Uh,
And then they were criticized for teaching too much, that the kids didn't have enough free time. They didn't have enough time for lunch. And I said, they only go from the computer to the kitchen and back again in 45 minutes. They're having a terrible time. They're having
And
a
just
terrible
share
time.
with you also, when we do our parent surveys, it's so funny because you'll get feedback in, and you will literally have two parents emphatically saying exactly the opposite thing,
Opposite, yeah.
right?
Oh.
And it's very difficult. I will say, overwhelmingly, in our last parent survey, we were 80% of our parents wanting to be on distance learning still. They're very, very nervous about the increase in cases. And,
And it should
so
be.
it's hard. We can't please everyone. And that's just what's so difficult. And everybody just has very different views on it. So we're doing the best we can to keep our people safe, because that's really, important to us. And our two, like I said,
Is there any plan in the work to vaccinate teachers and staff of the district?
Yes, Dr. Fricker regularly updates us with the info that she gets from LACO as they sit in the superintendent's meetings. We are the next classification, I believe. So I think we're at 1A right now. So I believe we're in 1B. And the way it's being stated right now, you have to remember that COVID means anything can change at any given moment.
Yeah.
But the way it's being reported is that we will simply be able to give all of our employees, every employee, a letter certifying that they work here. And as long as their information on that letter matches their ID, they're not going to have a problem being able to get the vaccination.
Except that they can't get through to make an appointment. That's the problem.
And if it's bad right now at 1A,
I
imagine
don't
how bad it's
understand
at
why
1B.
they can't make arrangements to actually give them at the school.
So there's been talk about that as well. And people have volunteered to do it, and it was leaning that way, and then it got pulled back. So I don't know where we stand with that as well. But that was very much the argument is, can we just vaccinate our own people? If we have a nursing staff that's eligible to do it, we know our people. Like, that's easier, and it just make the process go so much quicker. So.
Well, and I think it's probably the only thing that's going to work. I know Long Beach is doing their teachers starting this week, I think.
Oh, wow.
And they are going to vaccinate the teachers in Ohio. That they have decided to do. But
Well,
until we get all of the staff and teachers vaccinated, we're not going to be sure.
Anna, you talked about CSEA. How about the teachers union? How do they feel?
Exactly the
Are the majority of the teachers wanting to not come back to campus and stuff?
I think the majority of our teachers are very nervous. They want to be able to help our kiddos. We definitely designate some of our students that we know are very vulnerable. They need the attention. They need the help. Our third graders, every third grader's got to leave being able to read. That's so important to us. Well, how do you do that virtually for all students? So those are concerns that come up, but overall our teachers are nervous. They're very scared as well. And so they want to run onto campus to get something, get a book, get a binder. And, they want that access. They want to put materials together for our students and they do a contactless pickup. And that's great. But letting them come on, then sends my CSEA essential people that are on campus nervous because they're like, oh my gosh, I don't know where you've been. And, it's so hard. Everybody wants to see each
Very
other.
scary,
And,
very scary.
it is very, very difficult. So,
And we've all been so careful since the beginning of this thing, and it seems like a shame to throw it away.
Right.
After 11 months of being really careful to all of a sudden let the whole thing blow up again.
There was an article I read the other day also about people testing positive between their 2 vaccinations, because it's like you let your guard down. You're so fatigued,
Exactly.
being so careful, and people are getting it. So,
The first vaccine is like a primer. It's not the actual, it's the second one that filters in.
You have to have both before it's
Right.
finished.
Right.
So,
Bill, my son is getting one on Friday, I think, because he's the at-home caregiver for a child with Downs. So, because my grandson has Downs, and that has in Chicago now, or in Illinois, that's been added to the mix, which is a good thing. His wife, my daughter-in-law, can't get it because she's pregnant, but at least he can get it. So,
yes. So we will.
Iris, did you have COVID?
Well,
Did you?
I was out for a while. I'll talk to you after the meeting, Gina. Sorry. That's fine.
So we are noticing that it has changed drastically. When people were first getting it, had they been around, we contact trace, it was more likely that the people around them weren't getting it. So, which was good news. Now people are getting it just from being, very close to people for a short amount of time. So that new variant that they're talking about, I can only give you qualitative evidence from what I see, but I do see among our staff, if a family member has it, the whole family has it really quick, where that wasn't necessarily happening
no,
before.
it seems to be much more contagious.
Yeah, it's highly, highly transmissible. They were
Absolutely.
saying it's 50% more. Now, studies coming out from Britain that it's even more
Deadly.
lethal. Deadly. Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
And it
absolutely.
changes by the minute too. Like you
Yeah.
can get a variant from UK, now there's another one in a different country and
Mhm.
another country. So it
Mhm.
changes by the minute.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Hannah. Thank you. Okay, the next one to report to is about our compensation study. So we have finally selected CPS HR Consulting to conduct our comprehensive compensation study, and it will be on the board agenda tomorrow for board approval. So CPS, just to give you a background, is the same company that did our classification study. They do have decades of experience in compensation studies, and also the fact that they help create our new job descriptions.
Yeah.
I feel like, it's like a continuity of just, them being familiar with our job descriptions. It gave them an edge. We only had 2 proposals. So
I agree.
I
Yeah.
feel confident that they are familiar with the district, and I've worked with their project manager and their staff. So I think we're in good hands. So after board approval tomorrow, then I can give you more information as far as timeline and other processes. I will make sure to include that on our next meeting. Okay.
How much are they? What are they charging us?
Oh, Hannah, do we have that? Let me get.
Because I know the one other company was quite expensive. I'm not sure if it was this one or the other one.
It's this one. It's this one. It's a little bit more expensive.
Okay.
This was more than the other one, but the other one had hidden costs, right? So the other one, if they presented to your staff, they were going to charge you. They had all these hidden costs. So we just figured once you weigh out the benefit of using somebody that knows us well,
Mhm.
the costs are all up front. It just made a lot more sense.
And not only that, the cheaper one, it has like more basic, like it would compare us to only a few districts. So
I see.
yeah, so I feel more confident that CPS, they do cost, but it's not that much. Like the difference is probably $8,000, something like that.
Mhm.
Sometimes you get what you pay for. So
Exactly.
Yeah, absolutely.
And not knowing how to work with the other vendor, that also makes me nervous.
Yes.
With CPS, I know exactly how they work, and I can definitely work with them.
better.
Okay, so that's a compensation study update. The next one on my list is a joint meeting of Personal Commission and Board of Education. Yay, I know the board requested a joint meeting with Personal Commission, and it is scheduled on February 24th at 4 p.m. So ladies, please mark your calendars. We will finalize the details soon and I'll keep you posted. But just a quick fact for you, the last joint meeting we had with the board was back in 2008.
Wow.
And I know I couldn't find anything because I was trying to look up like when did we have the last one, and I couldn't find anything on my records. And and the one that we could find was back in 2008. So
Wow.
yeah, it's
It's
been
been a while. I know that when Art was here, he made that suggestion, but it never panned out. It never happened because we had presented it to him and he wanted to do that, but it never got put on the agenda for the board.
I know, Juris, a couple of years ago, you were talking
We tried,
about it.
yes.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So
Good for
now
us.
it's finally going to happen, and we're
Yeah.
all excited about that. And I'm also very nervous, but we're but I'm sure we're gonna do just fine, right, Hannah? That's the joint meeting of Personal Commission and Board of Education. The last one on my list is the Merit Academy. So I've reached out to Anne. We finally have the schedule out, and Anne, did you get any confirmation email from?
I haven't received a confirmation email on my registration yet, but it's
Okay.
all on my calendar, so I'm ready.
Good. So I actually registered you, and I'll provide you with more details soon. And I
Okay.
know it will be a great learning experience for you. You're
I'm
gonna
looking
love it.
forward to it.
Yes,
When is the first meeting, Juris? Do you know?
it's
There's
in
an
March.
information meeting in February and the first meeting is in March.
So now they're doing it differently, where they have like a Merit Academy meeting just to give.
It's only
everyone
because
an
it's on Zoom. We have a half-hour meeting to make sure that it's not Zoom, it's a different program.
Mhm.
So I think it's a meeting so that we can all get on the same program and make sure that we don't have any
Right.
trouble accessing it. So that when we have our first meeting in March, we're ready to go.
Everything's set up, yes, because it's a new system that they're using. So yeah,
I know that Philip
Access that,
Gordy,
by the way.
sorry.
I'm not sure how to access that program, by the way. Will we get information about that?
yes, you will get more information because it just started. The registration just started. I think the day I emailed you. It was just like when I checked it, because I keep checking. Last week it wasn't on yet. So yesterday when I checked on it, like, oh wow, it's open. So let me email in, and I'll make sure you have all the information you need. So
Okay.
we'll make
It's a
it work.
program I've not used, so.
Yeah.
I know that Philip Gordia was trying to rework the whole Merit Academy.
Yes.
Yeah, so I think he was working on that for quite a while, when he took over after George.
Yes, and you know what? I did have a conversation with him last month, was it in December? And he did mention it's going to be a totally new, different Merit Academy. And I'm even wondering, like, I think I want to do it, but it's just we've been so busy and with so many things on our plate.
Okay, if it's going to be so different, I'm wondering,
You want to?
Gina. Well, I'm
Yeah.
not sure because I'd have to know how different it's going to be and if it's going to incorporate, different things, because we just took it last year. If it's going to
Right.
incorporate a few different things, that wasn't in our classes.
Mhm.
Juris, maybe you could send them the list and
Yeah,
they can look at the
I will. I'll provide you with the information that I have.
Okay.
I'll send you an email, you and Gina, and then let me know. I'm also like thinking for myself, because we did it like a couple years ago, and when Philip did mention that it's going to be a totally different,
Is it possible for you to pick up certain meetings? If maybe, for instance, they have one in the Brown Act, classification and compensation, recruitment and examination, certification and selection, collective bargainings, hearings and appeals, fair employment, EEO, and pulling it all together. I mean, if maybe there's one or two things that you would like a refresher on, that would be a way to do that.
Well, one thing for sure, if you're new to the academy, if you miss one of those, like a module, it's fine. But if you miss more than one, they're not going to give you the certificate.
Right.
However, Gina and Maria, you already have that Merit Academy certificate. So it is possible, I think, if you don't need a new certification because you already have it.
Right.
Mhm.
I also,
Thursday afternoons and on Saturday mornings.
so it's
Saturday.
Thursday and Saturday?
Thursday afternoon from 1 to 4, once a month. and Saturday once a month from 9 to noon.
Mhm.
So you have to
Okay.
do both, or you can
In
choose
April,
one or the
May,
other?
and June. So there's 6 meetings altogether.
Well, ideally, you attend all of them because you need the
Yeah,
Merit
correct
Academy
that.
certificate. But if you already have it from last year, I mean, but if it's going to be a totally new presentation, so I think it would also be beneficial, even for myself.
Yeah.
You know.
Okay.
I had, a couple of years ago, I think I had emailed the Board of Education members on, trying to take the Merit Academy too. And this would be a perfect time because it's on Zoom or whatever platform that they're using
Mhm.
for this year to try and take it, or,
That would
just,
be,
I think it would be beneficial.
I agree.
So I think I'm going to reach out to them
Mhm.
and
I
see.
will provide you, Maria, with the information after this meeting. I'll send you everything that you need. And
Okay.
if you decide to go, or Gina, you let me know, okay?
Okay.
On the GoToWebinar platform.
It's a webinar.
It's GoToWebinar is what it's
Oh,
called.
yeah.
I've
That's
not used that.
right. Yeah, I think that's how they did it last year too, when we had to go into lockdown in March. And that's
Yeah,
how they
they'll
finished off
provide
the
that.
Merit
I'm
Academy.
trying to picture how differently it would be because the speakers they had were from various school districts, where they were bigger districts, and they were very informative. And, we learned a lot. And I'm thinking, how are they going to make it better than that? That's interesting.
It's probably not necessarily better. It may be just different.
Different.
Emphasis. He may have felt that things needed to be updated or whatever. So it may not be better, but it may be a slightly different emphasis.
Well, and the only thing I can think of also, last year to this year is like dog years. So many things have changed. The governor's budget has very different things outlined. So I could see a concern maybe on how it, what changes could affect our unions and the merit aspect of it. So I could see some of it being very different just because our world is different,
And there's a legal aspect that changes too, that's always fluid, because they do have a legal person come and speak as well at the Merit Academy. And she's great. I love her.
I know. I know it's Kristen.
Yeah.
But she is amazing.
She is amazing.
And just like the world of HR, all the different laws, different collective bargaining units, it changes every time, and we have to marry them all together. And that's
Right.
She's
HR.
speaking on the 12th of June
She is.
on fair employment. Yeah.
Yeah. You'll love her, and she is she's so knowledgeable. Very knowledgeable, that one. Okay.
That's it for the director's report.
Thank you, Juris.
Yeah, thank you all. And I'm, I was, maybe just one quick thing is, I know Maria, we have kind of discussed having an agenda review prior to the meeting, and just to let the other members know, we are not able to do it as a group because we cannot violate the Brown Act. So I would do it with Maria as a chairperson, and then it's just a review of the agenda. It's not like we're not gonna give you all the documents, because that's gonna be out for the meeting actually, but we will review it. Anything that we need to add on or we need to change, we'll do it a week prior to the meeting.
Okay.
So that's it. Well, thank you, ladies. That's it for my report.
Thank you, Juris. Are there any matters from the commission, ladies?
Not that I have. No, I do not have anything.
I just, when going through the minutes, I don't know if this is an unfinished business matter, but there was a section where we needed to elect a secretary to the PC.
Oh,
is that something we need to do, Juris?
Well, because it's going to, that will be on the board agenda for tomorrow.
Okay.
It has not been approved yet, and I didn't include it because it's still, we have to table it until the board approves it.
Okay.
It'll be included on the next one.
All right. Sounds good.
Yeah.
And do you have anything?
No, I don't.
Okay, and I don't either. Thank you so much. Can I get a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Did you in motion, Ann?
So moved, yeah, to
Oh,
adjourn.
Gina, did you second?
No,
Like-
Gina second.
Oh,
Seconded, I moved.
okay. All right.
You
Any,
said so moved, so I thought, am I supposed to second that?
all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All right, motion is carried. We are adjourned, ladies. Thank you so